Decided to put the front end of the car back together. The headlights, if anybody wants to know how the headlights go together, what parts you need for the front end, the little tricks, the little problems that I run into, I'm just going to do it. So anyway, there's one together. And there's one not together. And here's the parts you need. You need this. A bulb, a ring, looks like this with the 3 nut tabs, and 2 of these, 3 screws like this, 2 like that, and you need a spring that looks like this. I kind of bent this one, but that's how it should look if you look in a catalog. So the way this goes in, this weird end goes in like that. I'm trying to hold the camera and do this. And it clips here. Awkward with one hand. Let's see, there it is like that. Okay, that goes like that. So right now, if you have this car, again, this is all I had. I had nothing. I didn't have the springs. I didn't have nothing. You should. This is the passenger side. You should have one of these things that's riveted in. One of these is riveted in. Then you got these 2 holes here. Now these 2 holes, I'm just going to show you first. These 2 holes are going to be for these screws. They go in here like this. They slip. See that little groove there? They slip in like this. Again, I can't do it with one hand. So one there and one there. And the spring is going to clip to one of these. So the way you tell which one is you, see this area that doesn't have any tangs on it? This should be down. Let's see if that's right. Okay, so let's see this and this. Let me get this bulb through here. This cord. See, it's going to be like that, you see? And the spring is going to clip on right here. So I'm just going to, I can't do it on the camera, but I'm just going to, well, maybe I can. Just take it like that. So now that you have it like that, I'm going to stop, put these 2 screws in. Okay, so now, again, these snap into that slot, you see it? And then I'm just going to bend it in and start tightening these up. The way I think this works. Again, I've never saw one together. I couldn't tell from the detail. I couldn't find a video anywhere. But I think the way this works is these 2 screws are, basically this spring is the tension. So these 2 screws are going to allow it to do this or that. This is just set to whatever it is. I mean, if it's wrong, I guess you. So again, I can't get the camera at this angle without holding it. So if I remember right, these things had trouble fitting in the slot. You might have to bend this metal a little bit to get it in the slot and hold it. But you want to get in past, see these flanges here? At least to start. And then this ring, then the light bulb is going to go in like that. Obviously, and then this ring is going to go over the bulb like that. Now when you put this thing in here, you see there's 3 holes, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't go in you got to turn it a certain direction, so that one's not right. That's not right. That's right. Now I can tell you that you can reach in and grab these screws later. So if it's not in far enough, you can tighten them. So I gotta stop it again. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna lay this on here like this. Line up those screws like I just showed, and then you're gonna have some screws, something like this. I mean, this is what I got. Who knows what came from the factory? So I'll put that in. So again, I'm just gonna plug the bulb in. Screw this into these three. Oh yeah, again, everybody knows this is a basket case car, and I had to figure everything out. But this bulb, by the way, I forgot where I got it online. Probably, I can't think of the name of it, but it says Sylvania halogen, and it says 2D up here. And it's about 6 to 8 inches. One more thing about this bulb. You see these slots here? And these? So I'm trying to do this with one hand. See, that's where it fits. It fits into those slots. Bulb in. And these two last holes are going to be for this. So you can still get it, these screws, these adjusting screws, barely. This one here, over here is the problem. Top one, anyway, that's how it goes. This piece, there's a left and a right. So this one only goes to the left side. That one goes on the right side. And the reason I'm putting this together, even though I'm not ready, once you know, I forgot where all the parts were. I forgot how it went together. So I'm gonna start putting things together. Put these in. Put the hood back on. You know, now that I got all the electrical sorted out, I'm not going to put this on until I put the steering wheel on, because when you put the steering wheel on, the horn starts going off until you get it adjusted. So I'll put the steering wheel back together. Now I might even have to take this out. I mean, how the heck am I going to get in here to put these screws on? That's another story. We'll see if I get to that today. Anyway, that's how that goes together. Yeah, just to end this part, I mean, there might be more videos in this, but just looking at this, you know, you say to yourself, how do I know if I got the light bulb in far enough? The only thing I can tell you is, you look at this flange around here and look at the metal, and see, it looks like this has to go in deeper, because this one's in. So that's all I can tell you. You really have to put it on some kind of a, you know, light high beam tester or whatever. Usually, when I was a kid, I just put it up against the garage door and adjust the lights. But anyway, that's how I think this goes together. It works. That's it. I gotta add something else. Again, I've been playing with this a little bit. Basically, this spring is a fixed point. That's all I can say. So this can either come out to tilt down, or in here to tilt that way, or in there to tilt up. That's how I think it works. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I can hook this horn up. I just had to have the battery disconnected. Now, if these are the right horns for the year, I don't know. It's the only ones I could find. This other wire, plugs in somewhere back there. I decided to keep messing with this. So now you got these two things, and there's a left and a right. Let's see. This one, This one with a hole in it goes on the driver's side. So I'm just going to lay those in there. Oh, and then they have it 1, 2, 3 right about here, and 4 right about there. Same thing, 1, 2. Now, if you go back to my earlier videos, I had to fix all this stuff. I can't even remember how, but I did. The other thing is, you don't want to put these on until you get this nose in place, because if I get an angle here, because that bottom bolt right there, you won't be able to reach it later. So I guess I can reach these. I could see these are loose, as a matter of fact. I can reach this, I can reach this, but this one and that one are gonna be a bitch. That's how this goes together. Again, it took me a long time to figure this out because everything was missing. But here's the back of the light. There must have been a seal on here once upon a time. Keep water out. So let's just go over the nose again. In case anybody doesn't know, because I didn't know. That's how it goes. You got this top piece. You got I already talked about this before, but I'll do it again. There's a bolt in here and a bolt in here. So this thing slips in, you reach in here and get a nut here and here. And you got this one, this adjust here. And you got that one, and the same on that side. So again, I have a problem already, is I can't, these won't slip in later. As far as I know, I can't get those in there. So I'm going to take this apart. Let's see. I'm just wondering if that's even right. Maybe this one goes like that. No, that's wrong. Or maybe it's wrong. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, you can see how it goes. It goes like that. Or does it? Anyway, they fit. But that means I got to take this nose loose again. Okay, so the headlights I just put in, now I got to take them apart. Because I can't, I don't have to take everything apart, but I can't unplug the bulb. There's just not enough room in here. And I don't want to break it. It was a really tight fit. A really hard fit, tightening it up. I'm plugging it in. So now I take the bulbs out, take the nose off, put these on, put it back together, then put the hood on. Yeah, for anybody taking the nose off their car, I'm just making an observation here. Unless you got really skinny hands. My battery disconnected. That's my ground wire. I just heard a relay click. It touched ground. Either you can reach in here or you're gonna have to take the battery out, this out, this air scoop that goes down here, which means undo the bolts there. Or, so you got three options. Get your hand in there, take the battery out, take this out, take that out. So then you can get your hand in there to get a wrench. Or take the air dam down below the valance and hope you can reach your arm all the way up to here. On this side, you can reach in behind this charcoal filter. There's got to be an easier way, man. It won't do any good to take this out because the hole back here is still too small to get your hand in. They should have designed this better. Like I say, I'm starting to think I'm just going to put this together, let it sit for a while, and either take it in and let somebody else paint it. Now that it's all worked out, I got all the parts, or just wait till I want to get back to it. Of course, my mind keeps changing. The hardest part of this whole build has been finding the parts. And then you saw the trouble I've been going through getting the electrical up and going because it was just sitting outside too long. So I would say this, if you're going to, I know I'm getting off track again. If you find condensation, or I don't know what you call it, on that rusty shit on your connections, you might just want to buy a whole new wiring harness. But if you're not going to pull the dash out, that's another reason not to do it. Or get it all together and just take it to some shop and say, here, get all the electrical working, which I don't want to do. Of everything I've done in this car, the worst thing is getting out that bolt right there. It just drive me insane. So these things, let's see here. What am I doing here? This one has to go over here. Like that. While we're here, I'm going to show you how this front end goes together. So you got to have this bracket which bolts to the frame. Looks like that. This piece that comes up like here, the rubber bushing. This piece. So this is bolting. We're looking down at the bumper. The bolt here, bolt here, bolt here, bolt here. You get the light down below. You got this rod going through the middle. I really don't know why that's there, but it is. Then you got the radiator support. You can see where the wires clip. I looked at the drawing, that's how they go. Then you got the hood latch. Goes like that. Then this piece, I don't know if you need this piece, but I got it off some other part and I just left it. You get this, I don't know what you'd call this. This holds the horns and this and the front bumper. There's that piece I was showing before. There's the other support. Get the same thing on this side, but the opposite. And then here's where the bolts go through. One of the problems I had, I drilled that out, I guess, to adjust this. The nut went right through. It wasn't even holding anything. So I'm gonna have to put a washer on that. But the flange I'm talking about, right here, the nut is just deep enough where you can't see it. You can't get if you could get a ratchet box wrench on there, But man, I'm trying to go like, trying to bend my hand, and I just can't do it. But I did it. Maybe you can come up through here. But here's the air, looking in there. That's the cold air that goes into the or the ram air, whatever you want to call it. It goes into the air cleaner. And where that air comes from, it's just sucking out of this area. And then here's the bottom of the valance, or the air dam, whatever you want to call it. There's a bolt there. I think it bolts here. And there. Let's see. And here. Then you got the clips in the two corners, which I've showed before, underneath. That's how this thing goes together. Yeah, I'll give you another tip. What I learned doing this. When you keep switching around, working on different things, you find these loose nuts and bolts on the table, and you can't remember where they go. Just get a container like this, throw them in there. I mean, some you don't need, some you do, but I just found all those nuts and washers that I had forgotten what I even did with them. But I found them. So I just got to tighten them down. Now this is just like, this is plastic. So I think I should probably double nut this. I mean, if I tighten it too much, it's going to pull these studs right out of the fiberglass. Now maybe Loctite would work. But maybe Loctite would, when I went to take it off, pull the studs right out with it. So yeah, I think I'm going to double nut it. Now I got a little baby lock washer underneath all these. On some of the earlier videos, I had to build these out of fiberglass because they were broken off. And then I put a bolt in the middle. So these are like 3/16 bolts and nuts. Yeah, I'm gonna double nut it. I don't think I have any more nuts, but I'm gonna go get some. So, double nut it. Figure out how in the heck I can get into here. This is a hell. Again, just to make this perfectly clear for anybody else that's doing a basket case and you have no idea what goes where. This is what it looks like from the front. So, I know I've already gone over it, but two of the bolts go for the nose goes through here. One goes here. With this plate that looks just like that. You could have this piece that looks just like this. This piece bolts to that piece I was talking about earlier. You got to have this piece for the hood release. If you have this year, bolt here, 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 and here. Yeah, I might as well show the radiator how that holds in too, because I had to figure that out. So you see that here's the radiator support at the bottom of it. You gotta have a piece that looks like that. You see that? And then a rubber piece, the radiator sits down on a rubber piece. So that piece, you bolt this on there, here and here, and the radiator drops in. And it's held in place with the shroud. So if you look down, I'm looking down, just fits in the radiator support. That's it. And then there's a piece of rubber here. So there's a piece of a rubber piece that looks like that, kind of. Sits on the top and bottom with that clip. So what it was really doing is this is pushing it down on it. And then you can see the petcock down in there. That's how it all goes together. And then this radiator support, which I didn't have this either. But you can see this radiator support, it doesn't go all the way around. There's a cutout at the bottom. Now I don't know if this is right or wrong, but it looked like it was factory to me. Yeah, I think this is how it's supposed to look, but I'm not sure. Oh, then I put this. See this alternator bracket? When Darren was over here, he looked upstairs and he found this. So you put this bracket right here. So this is one of those double stud things. It goes into the intake manifold with a nut built on it. And there's a thread on top of that. So I put that there. And there's one that goes into the back of the alternator, a bolt there. So if this was any lower, that bolt wouldn't go through. So you need, it just happens I got it right. On the other side, same thing, one of those double studs. And you can see that it just worked out the right height where I just got that nut in there. I don't know why I'm here. Let's see. You see this piece here? This bolts to the block. This is where the starter wires go down. The wires that go down to the alternator. So you got the let's see, you got the negative cable going down, and then you got the, this is basically the key switch going down. See, if you don't have this bracket, I guess you just have a bunch of loose wires. And then this is the Air Manifold, which is, I had to buy a special because the regular stock heat shield won't work. That's how that looks. Here's the right spark plug clips. That there's a, see that blue thing right there? This slides down. Same, and this one is the right one. And this slides into that. This side, the passenger side. Here's, you can see better what it looks like. It looks like this. Again, this plastic piece slips in. And then I know I'm going over a bunch of junk again, but again, I got rid of it. All the smog is gone. The cruise control is disconnected. The air conditioning is disconnected. So the only vacuum lines I got is, I'm pretty sure this is a PVC valve. I got it going right into the front. I blocked off this. This is a stock 76 carburetor. I plugged off this. Let me go to the back. This goes into the car. Let me see here. This goes into the car, which controls any vacuum inside. This goes to the vacuum modulator in the transmission. And a plug. Go to the other side. Another plug. Make sure this is tight so you don't have any air leaks. And then this, it's like a, you see that weird shape of this thing? This goes over to the vacuum booster. Now there's two valves here, I think. I think what this is going on is the vacuum can come through, but it can't go back. So you don't lose vacuum in here. And I think that's another valve, and I can't remember what it is, but I'm not sure. Can't remember what that is. So there's a piece of wire I was using to hold up something. Anyway, I wasn't intending to go all over this, but I did. The other mystery to me is, see this bumper right here? What is supposed to hold this in place? Did they glue it? Did they put a bolt through here? I don't know. Then we got the radiator support bushing that I didn't show. And here's the going through the front of the, I don't know what you call it, the front K-frame, whatever you want to call it. Can't think of the term. That's what holds the bumper up. There's two of those. I had to cut this part of the radiator support to get so this washer wouldn't be squished in there. That's rubber bushing. Same on this side. That's what it looks like. Just in case anybody's wondering. This here is the tachometer. I had to figure that out too. I didn't know because the distributor wasn't here. So again, this must be. Let's see. I'm looking at this. This is the same color. Let's see. Trying to see where that came from. It's the same color as the wire that's going down to the starter. I'm not sure what that means. It could be a split. One's going to the starter, one's going to the distributor. That's the ignition wire, and the other one's the tach signal. If you get a wiring harness, you wonder there's an extra wire. There's a ground that goes right in here or the other side, both sides. Can't see it right now. There it is. See that one? Right there. So you got two grounds. And everything else is grounded. So the horn, we got the power grounded to the frame, back to the battery, or back to the horn switch, and so on. Yeah, just going back to my last video about the brakes. If you had a couple of these, you could put on your master cylinder and then just put a rubber hose and just clip it in somehow. But I didn't feel like searching, especially there's two different size, different threads and two different size diameters. So I just did it what I thought was the easiest. But if you did it all the time, you need some of these with a smaller diameter for a brake hose or a rubber hose or anything actually. But you know, working on this car has been a real pain in the ass. Even though I have a shop with all these lights, I still can't see in certain spots. This is the best light I've found so far. NEBO. $1K looms. Anyway, it plugs in. I got a USB connection on my on this toolbox. You just plug it in every night. The other ones, the batteries, if you use this thing for like a regular one with batteries, it goes dead. You don't even know it because it just slowly fades. This thing, if you plug it in every night, you can see me wearing it all the time now. This thing is great. So it's the next day. I put these front grills on. I double nutted it. Put some anti-seize. And then over here, I don't know if I can show it. I'm just going to drop the camera in. I cut off, see this lip here? I cut it off up here. That is the real pain in the ass area. It's still plenty strong. I started this side first with those two in. Put that one in. Push this a little bit. Put those two in. Put that one in. And those went right in. I'm going to take it off one more time because I can see in here. I need to put a washer on this hole that I enlarged. But I need to go down. I need to cut a little bit more lip off. So now I'll try to get this thing off. These 3, 4, this one, those 2, this one, and those. And this is the next worst one. Wouldn't be so bad if these things would hold, but they slip. I don't want this nut to fall out of here. Hello?
Just reminding you, I'm not here for dinner tonight.
Okay.
Just reminding you, I told you earlier earlier in the week.
Do you have your phone with you?
I have my personal phone with me and I'll have that tonight.
Bye.
Bye.
Good. Okay, they're all on. So anyway, by cutting that flange off on both sides, about that much of the flange, and using this, I was able to get that bottom bolt. I mean, that took me, it usually takes me like an hour and a half. I said earlier about the vacuum lines, there's one line that I forgot. Distributor vacuum advance. I don't have that hooked up yet. You know, there's a lot of different thoughts on vacuum advance, but you really need to test the car on the road. But you could have ported vacuum or manifold vacuum. It's just, it'll be different starting and closing of the advance.